Well, hello and welcome to another episode of This Old Car. And today we're looking at this 84 BMW 318i. Aye, Captain. This one has been parked for a while. Apparently she's been parked for about 5 years, 5, 6, 7 years. We don't really know. This is not mine. This is a friend's car. She's a dirty E30. And we're going to give her some much needed love, hopefully. Right now it doesn't run. We're told it needs a fuel pump. And we happen to have one right here from the good people at Bosch. We're going to dump that in, and she's got a few other concerns. No critters, thankfully. No critters in this one. No squirrels, snakes, salamanders, nothing like that. She's got a bad eye. Actually, she's got two bad black eyes. So we're going to try and take care of some of this stuff. Let's just take a little look under the hood. I'll show you what we're dealing with. Okay, guys. Here we got an M10. She's got some cockered hoses here. You can see, like, this is the idle air valve hose. It's just pooched. This one's split. The one to the breather is pretty pooched. Definitely needs some loving. The battery's cockroached. It's a Napa battery that looks pretty good shape, but it's not doing a darn thing now, so we'll throw it on the charger. It was made in August of 83, I believe. August? Anyways, 83 for sure, but I don't see a date code on this battery, but it is pretty bulged out on this side, so possibly been frozen at some point. So would you look at that? There's the interior. Door panel still in reasonable shape. Better than Corey Milne's door panels, I'll tell you that. Interior's in fair shape. It's got the little audio box phone in it. That's pretty classy. Nice shifter. This looks like a newer shifter. I don't think this would have had this style of shifter in it. This would have had the circular style. I don't believe this came up till E36. Correct me if I'm wrong. CD player. Oh, sharp things poking through the seats. I think it says it's got 240-ish on it, but we're not sure if the odometer is correct or not. But there's her tail section. Only a little bit of corrosion that's really prevalent is behind the wheels. There's been some body works happening back here. You don't want to look under here. We'll just ignore that. Got a set of TAs on here, and they have been sitting for a while, so they're pretty little knackered. But generally this car might be a driver. The only other problem is if you look in the trunk here, the problem actually isn't in the trunk. It's in the trunk right now, but this right here is a heater core. This should be in the car, but it's not. The heater's been bypassed, so we're going to have to deal with that. Apparently the heater control valve was leaking. You can see it looks like it would be a leaker. So all this stuff's been removed. These are the ends that go to the firewall. So she's going to need some seals, probably a new heater core, I would say, to be safe. I don't know. I've never changed out an E30 heater core. I work at a BMW dealer, but it's really not often we work on these, so it's kind of a treat to get to work on one. I used to have two older BMWs myself that never really saw highway use. They were E21s. I had an 82 and an 83, a previous generation of this. So step one was the fuel pump, but there's no point in putting a fuel pump in old gas. So really we need to just order parts. We need a fuel filter, all those lines under the hood that are cracked and shot, oil filter, the oil, diff and transmission oils would be a good idea. I think this takes ATF in the 5-speed. You tell me, I don't know. I don't remember these things. They're trivial. You E30 fans, they're crazy, and I appreciate that enthusiasm. So anyway, I'm going to see if there's a drain on this fuel tank. The fuel tank's got a dent in it, so we're going to take a look at that too. But see if we can find a drain on the tank, or just undo the pump and let her dump out. It's probably just brown old kerosene gas. Actually, you know what? The fuel door is right here. Let's have a sniff. Unleaded gasoline only. Look at this, a metal fuel cap. Oh boy. Okay, that's not been opened in some time. I'm just gonna give this a little sniff. Yeah, that's kerosene. We need to dump this fuel. That is some old cockroach gas in there. That is old kerosene. Yuck. That's not gonna, this car wouldn't run on that gas, I'll tell you that. Oh, yuck. So I'm going to try and climb under here. I'll give you a little squirrel's eye view, and we'll see if we can drain this tank. Well, we've got the car on the charger now. Let's see if we can get the battery to do something. I've got the charger on for maybe 5 minutes. Just gonna turn the key on to see if stuff's happening. Oh, we're going 60. Okay, there's a lot of buzzing. That needs to be on the charger for a lot longer because that battery's probably no good, but hey, let's try and charge it up for fun. Anyway, I've got the car up in the air now. And I just checked, I was just under there to check to see if the new fuel pump will work, and it will. And going under it right now, we've got ye old fuel pump, which is fairly corroded in here. And there's the connections to it. Kind of a bunk view here you got, but hopefully you can see something. Here's our pump here. This does something. This absorbs little pulses, I think, of the pump. I could be wrong. Where's the filter on this thing? I think that's up by the engine, to be honest. So I think it takes two little bolts. Oh, if you can see them here. I can barely see them. There's one bolt in there, and there's one bolt in here. There's two bolts to hold this pump in place, the bracket, and this one here too. I wish I could show you more, but I ain't got no hoist, so... So I'm going to just pull this pump out right now, hopefully, after I soak these bolts in some deep creep, because she's going to need it. She's going to need the deep creep. Well, here's our old fuel pump. And you can see the one of the electrical contacts actually was so crusty it broke off with a little torque applied, and got some pretty gross looking fuel in there, Jeffrey. I think we're going to have to dump it out. So I'm sure it'll make a big improvement having this new pump in there, but fuel filter, where the heck? I thought that was, like, we'll have to take a look. I thought the fuel filter on these ones was kind of like where the fuel line comes up. And between the firewall and the strut tower, I thought there was a fuel filter there, but hey, we're going to have to take a look underneath. So we got a long ways to go. The fuel pump is just one small part of this little project. This is about as far as I'm going to take it tonight, because I think I've breathed enough old gas for one day. It's starting to stink like a kerosene lamp. And this was the original pump in there as well, because on this end here, this is the inlet. On this side here, there was a crimped hose connection that is like from the factory, not a hose clamp like this. So I'm thinking this is a factory pump, just a guess, which is not too bad. Jeff, you thought your car was American. It's not. This says Canada. Yeah, the emissions package for Canada. So she's a Canadian model, from what I can see. So that's all for today, for this old episode of this old dirty E30. This one's dirty, and maybe tomorrow we'll get 40 liters of gas and a fuel filter and see if we can get her running. It'd be interesting to see, having not run in so long. I haven't even checked the oil level on it yet, but we'll get there. We'll let this battery charge up overnight and see how she goes. Anyway, thanks for watching.